Hi guys, Swansea City here, back again for another video on the channel. And this one today, it does look like Swansea City head coach Steve Cooper will be leaving the club. Unfortunately, it's just not worked out for Steve Cooper over the last couple of weeks with the head coach role. You know, the club haven't been really fond of Steve Cooper because he has had several interviews with other clubs. I think it was Fulham, West Brom and Crystal Palace to name the three. So, you know, Cooper probably wasn't committed towards this season. Swansea City, you know, wanted a bit of commitment from the manager, especially when there's not much funds there. So, you know, you're going to have to recruit locally and stuff like that. And Steve Cooper, I'm not even going to blame him for leaving. You know, he's done a terrific job at the Swans 2 seasons he's been here. He got a 6th in the first season. The playoffs got us into the semi-finals, of course, where we did lose at the Brentford. He got us to the playoff final last year where we lost to Brentford again. One positive is we won't be losing to Brentford this season unless we verse them in the cup, of course, where Steve Cooper might come back for that, who knows. But actually, I'm really disheartened by this. You know, Steve Cooper I'm a really big fan of. I know sometimes his style of play can be quite concerning, you know, not the best in the eye, but you can't argue the results. The results are really good. Performances, like I just said, can, you know, be up and down, and, you know, people still complaining against Plymouth Argyle as a friend, and we got the win in the end. But, you know, I'm just disappointed. You know, Cooper's brought in some really good players at the Swans. You know, he's brought the likes of Freddie Woodman, Mark Wahey, brought Conor Horahan in, which was a good signing at the time. Rhian Brewster managed to convince Andre to stay for 2 seasons. So, you know, Steve Cooper's a really good manager, and, you know, the players were, you know, really fond of him. It's just a shame some of the fans weren't right fond of Steve Cooper, but it's a big blow. I don't know who we're going to get in now. Losing Cooper 2 weeks for the start of the season is a huge blow. You know, we're going to have to get a manager in quickly. We're going to need new signings in, and, you know, we've got a game in a couple of weeks' time against Blackburn and Reading respectively, and then Sheffield United at home. So it's not great to lose your manager. If you are going to lose your manager, you need to lose him at the start of pre-season, not towards the end of pre-season. You know, that was our 4th game against Plymouth Argyle and pre-season friendlies, 3 of them against Newport County, 1 against Plymouth, and now we've decided to get rid of the manager. Why couldn't we get rid of Steve Cooper 2 or 3 weeks back? If you were going to have mutual consent, why couldn't you have just spoke to Steve Cooper and got rid of him then? You know, there was rumours going around a few days ago about Steve Cooper leaving. You know, I brushed her aside. I thought it was a load of rubbish, really. And then Mike Marsh was missing yesterday, the assistant manager. He wasn't at playoff, and there was questions being asked. Apparently, Mike Marsh was on compassionate leave, so we were all thinking, okay, Steve Cooper's staying in, that's good. And then today, it's just come out of nowhere, really, that he is leaving. I'm not too sure if it's a sacking. I think it's, you know, both parties have agreed, you know, it's better if they went their separate ways. So it's not going to be a sacking. Cooper wants to leave. The club want Cooper to leave. So it's a sad situation, really sad situation. You know, we've done really well over the last couple of years. Finished 10th in the Graham Potter, 6th and then 4th respectively. Hopefully we can get top 2 this season, but that's not going to happen now, in my opinion. You know, Steve Cooper, at the end of the day, he's just not been back financially. I'm not reading this rubbish that the Swans have got no money. That's rubbish, in my opinion. If we got no money, how are we paying Andre 80 grand a week? You know, stuff like that. The parachute payments are gone, but there is money in the club. You know, the owners, they've got money, they just don't want to put it in, and that is the reason why I think Steve Cooper wants to leave in the end. I know he had several other interviews into some of other clubs. Why is that? Because there's no investment in the club. We consistently lose our best players all the time. I know what some other championship clubs, but the thing is, when a championship club loses their best player, for example, Brentford, they lost Ollie Watkins to bring in Ivan Toney. Swansea City, we've lost Andre, who we've brought in. Exactly, no one. That's the problem with our club, and unfortunately, yes, we do not have as much money as Brentford and other teams like that who did reinvest, but you still got to reinvest. You know, we're bringing in Joel Perue, who's unexperienced, bringing in Carl Joseph, who scored 4 goals or something last season, and then we're bringing in Liam Walsh, who played 3 games last season. So, you know, the signings aren't amazing. Steve Cooper, he's probably had enough. You know, if there's a sacking in the championship for like a West Brom, a Sheffield United, a Fulham, I think Steve Cooper will probably go there, and I wouldn't blame him if he goes there. I wish him the best luck in the future. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Steve Cooper, and I'm just really disappointed with everyone involved. I'm a little bit disappointed with Steve Cooper, how, you know, he, you know, didn't stay this season, but I can understand it. Very disappointed with Julian Winter and the owners not convincing Steve Cooper to stay. They even offer him a contract to see if he wanted to stay. You know, give the contract. If he rejects it, fair enough. So they didn't even bother offering him a new contract towards the end of last season. They've just not invested enough. There was 2 times last season where Steve Cooper was crying out for a striker, and we failed to do it. I know some people were saying we were bringing in Jordan Morris, but Jordan Morris is not an out number 9. At the end of the day, the reason why Steve Cooper is leaving, like I just said, is there's just no investment into the club. There's no investment into the club. There's not a clear future to get back to the Premier League. At the end of the day, we got to the playoff final last season. We've lost a lot of key players from that squad. Where's the investment to go a step further than last season, getting to the top 2? There is none. There is none. The board and the owners are just happy getting top 6 and, you know, trying to ride away like for the playoffs. I'll tell you what, board and the owners, we will not be getting top 6 this season. We'll probably be getting bottom 6 of the way this is going. 2 weeks to start the season. We got no manager. Matt Grimes might be leaving. Connor Roberts is injured. We've lost Andre Ayew, a lot of the portion of our goals last season. Got this saying if but maybes. I can guarantee there's no if but maybe this season. It's a guaranteed Swansea City will not finish top 6 this season. We're lucky to finish in the top 10. I'm really, really disappointed. I know people say, oh, you're overreacting. I'm not. Steve Cooper's a very, very good manager at this level, and who are we going to upgrade? Alex Neil. But then you'll have the people saying, oh, it's alright, we'll get Frank Lampard, we'll get Eddie Howe. Rubbish. Why would they come here? There's no money. Why would they want to come here? They want to get players. They would want to strengthen the squad. You know, bloody Roy Keane wouldn't come here. I'm just very, very frustrated by the situation. Make sure you guys let me know down below what you think of this situation. I know it's not officially confirmed yet, but I still wanted to get it out today, as it will be confirmed in the next few days. And of course, I do want to make other videos as well. But yeah, I didn't expect to make this video. Really, really disheartened. You know, season's already took a blow before it started. You know, we still got a few more pre-season games. It'd be interesting to see what happens there. We're facing now Southampton in a week's time at home in the first pre-season game. Might not even have a manager. Who is going to take charge? God knows. Might as well have the under-18 coach taking charge. Who is that? I don't know. Yeah, disheartened, broken, disappointed. Steve Cooper, wishing him all the best. Hopefully he gets a good job very, very soon, because he's a very, very good manager. But yeah, I can't see us getting a better manager than Steve Cooper, especially with this season so close. Can't see us getting many more signings in, to be honest. We've not even made a loan signing, and you know, that's usually what Swansea do, get loan signings. So yeah, it's going to be a long, long season. Fingers crossed the Swans can get a good appointment in, but yeah, I'm not confident. The first couple of games of the season could already be horrific. You know, Blackburn, Sheffield United, we've got Bristol City in there as well. A few tough games then. You know, it'll be even tougher without a manager and without recruitment. Fingers crossed Matt Grimes decides to stay, but if I was Matt Grimes, I'd hand in a transfer request now. What is the point of staying? You know, he's got a year left in his contract. What is the point of staying? You know, he should be wasting a year of his career. I know this is a very, very, you know, disheartened video, and quite, you know, not an emotional video, but like a quite sad video. But at the end of the day, I'm gutted. I was a big Steve Cooper fan. I never ever wanted him out at a time. I know a lot of fans wanted him out. I never ever said the words Cooper out, apart from just now, but you know, it doesn't make sense. Out of context, make sure it's in context. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below, what do you think of the Steve Cooper situation? Are you glad or are you sad he's leaving? And let me know down below, who would your replacement want to be? Who do I want? Steve Cooper. Bring him back. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Fingers crossed we'll have a manager for Saturday against Bristol Rovers. This season is going to be fun.